Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be painting up Clan Wren for the Rebels, but we're doing it as the Nite Owls. So, basically inside the box, we're going to get some paperwork, some sprues, some bases, that kind of stuff. None of which is really going to matter right now, except for the model. So let's get these guys put together. Now, the box comes with 4 grounded and 3 flyers, and the Legion flight stands are absolutely abysmal. I use smoke plumes for my ARC troopers, and I just didn't like it. I lost a lot of character, I think. So you'll see here that I'm gonna basically I wanted to try some cork rocks and kind of sculpt them in kind of like a Warhammery fashion, so it looks more like they're jumping off the rocks. So you can see the 2 that I already did, and then you kind of see the game plan of how I'm going about angling up the model and slicing like the little spot for his foot to go and so on, and then those are just going to get glued on and then covered with a few coats of like a wood glue or a PVA glue or something, and then primed just like everything else. Now, once these are kind of in place, I'm going to go back with some just little clippers and kind of clip out some chunks and stuff just to give it a little bit more character so it's not super flat, which is what I'm showing here. Moving on to some painting. So starting out with some Grim Black Speed Paint. We're basically just going to base coat the whole flight suit, the gloves, and the visor. And be a little aggressive with this because you want a good dark coverage over these suits. Next, we're going to take some crystal blue war paint, and we're basically just going to base coat all of the armor bits and whatever bits on the jetpack that you want. Now, because you have 7 things, 3 mine are going to be painted up like some hero characters, but for the most part, you're just going to pick random bits of armor that you want colored because they're Mandalorians, and you get to do that. It's kind of up to you. Just, you know, pick which color you kind of want to be dominant for each model and go with that. Next, we're using Uniform Gray from Warpaints to base coat all of our gray bits of armor. Again, just pick whichever parts, obviously, you didn't hit blue, and hit those parts with some gray. before we get to the belt, we're gonna go ahead and just take some game color gunmetal and base coat the little hip plates that are really small and they're kind of hidden. But those are gonna get a gunmetal color just to differentiate them a little bit. Now you can also see that I did hit that little circle and that extra little rectangle on the chest with that gunmetal as well. Then next we're using my favorite brown for leather, and that's Fire Drake from SpeedPaints. This is easily my favorite brown for any bit of leather, and we're just gonna do one quick, nice, heavy kind of coat over the belt, the holsters, and the straps and stuff around the knees. Again, be as careful as you can, but you can clean it up afterwards if you need to. Then we're taking some Gravelord Grey, and we're just going to do a quick one coat over the blasters just to differentiate them a little bit from the flight suit. I would typically do a black over a blaster and then maybe like a dry brush or something, but we're just going to go with a Gravelord Grey over the blasters. Now that everything's kind of dried a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and take white, I think in this case a dead white, and we're just gonna lay down the foundation for our symbols. So on the forehead, you're getting the kind of eyebrow-esque looking symbols on the forehead. I decided to put those on this one. It's gonna be kind of a standard across all of them. And then we're gonna go ahead and lay down our circles on the shoulders. Now, I'm still very much so new to freehanding stuff. It's just something I'm purposefully trying to do, so don't mind my sloppiness. You can clean it up a little bit, but again, especially shaky hands and stuff, it's kind of hard to do, but you know, just do the best you can, or if you want, you don't even have to put the symbols on the shoulders. That's up to you. But now once that's set, we're going to take a game color black, and we're just going to try to get a general reference of the black part of the Nite Owl logo on the shoulder. Because again, once you get a little bit of sponging or something like all that, it kind of dissipates, but you want a good enough kind of reference of what it should be, best you can. Obviously, there's a lot of room for improvement here, but that's the path that I'm on. But now once all that stuff's set, we're just going to do a Nuln oil wash over the entire armor, not the leather. I didn't do it on the flight suit, but all the hard armor bits are going to get Nuln oil. And again, be careful not to let it pull a ton. And if you want a little bit of extra, pull it kind of perpendicular over some of those hard edges to get it to pull a little bit more in those recesses, because that's really what we're looking for here. And don't do like me and knock over the entire bottle in the process of painting something else. Now that that Nuln oil is dry, we're going to basically take a little bit of sponge and some tweezer, and we're going to sponge a little bit of black and some silver. Your choice of silver. I'm using game color silver. It's up to you. And just do a little bit of sponging all over all the hard bits just to give it a little bit more character. I went a little heavy on one of my guys, but you know, it's up to your discretion what is enough and what isn't. So I would try to go a little lighter on this one. And then once the sponging's done, we're going to take a deep sky blue from Model Color and a Stonewall Grey from Game Color. And we're going to just do a little tiny bit of edge highlighting on all of the armor for their corresponding colors. Again, this is something that I'm new to. I'm trying to practice not just using SpeedPaints, so I'm definitely being a little bit more cautious. You could mix in highlights and do a little bit of blending like on the chest plates and stuff like that, or the shoulders or whatever. I'm keeping it relatively simple and trying to just get a good result. So that is my plan here. Once you've done a little bit of edge highlighting, you can take that same Stonewall Grey and just do a little tiny bit of like vertical line on the center of the visor, and then take that same dead white and do a little bit less right over top of that, just to get a little bit of that reflection built into the visor. And that's it, and we're done. I'll attach a clip here of how I'm painting some of the rocks for the flyers. I ended up not using that one specifically, that model, as the video reference for this. But basically, I'm base coating it in uniform gray from Warpaints, and then I'm dry brushing a little bit of that Stonewall Gray and a little bit of white, and then I'm doing an umber wash from Game Wash. And that's it. And then if you want, I've added some burnt moss into some of them, just for a little bit of extra something. But that's basically it. Now you're gonna paint all these guys more or less the same, and you're just kind of painting by number. So you're just gonna pick a different variation of spots, but you're gonna apply the same logic to all the models. And in the stuff here at the end, you can see that I painted up some of them as like Casca, Axe, and Bo-Katan, just so, you know, they're a little bit more unique. That's basically it. Hopefully you found this helpful at all. I am trying to keep videos going every Friday. I'm trying to keep shorts going out, so if you like this stuff, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it with a friend. It helps me a ton. But I appreciate y'all's time being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.